Hey gorgeous, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to check out my other Morphe palette that came in last week, and that is the Morphe 35P. It's the purple or the plum palette, however you'd like to put it. They've got all sorts of colors in here, from like regular browns, we've got a matte black, some grays, we've got some wines and burgundies. And we've got some like ridiculously bright purples, which are obviously my favorite, of course. And of course I swatched some of my favorites for you guys. We're going to start with these shimmers, and ooh, look at that one. That one's like my favorite shimmer in the palette probably. Right next to this, it's almost like a duochrome, I don't know, like a fuchsia to purple. This one right here is one of the darker shimmers, and then we've got some of the wines here and another pretty purple. And I've got some of the satins on this side, and to use this, you gotta treat it like a glitter because it's really flaky and gritty and powdery and dry. So you gotta throw down some glitter or lash glue to put that on, but I know you can't see it on the camera, but it has like a really pretty like berry color coming off of it. This in the middle, I'm not too impressed with this. It's a duochrome, it's more like a pearl, and you can hardly see it on there. And these two are some of the more wine colors, like red wine, and this one's actually a matte, but like this one, it's, I don't know, it's trying to be matte, but it's more of a satin. I don't know. And then I swatched a couple of my favorite mattes in there. We've got kind of like a grayish purple, a darker purple, one of those browns, and some more of the berry and wine colors. And that's pretty much what this palette is made up of, is wines and berries, burgundies, purples, everything, shimmers, even a glitter in here. Most of the Morphe palettes that I have, actually, I think all but this one do not include a glitter, and they only include maybe 2 satins. This one has like 4 or so, and I'm digging it. You know, I was like just thinking, this is like an all purple palette, right? Morphe, if you are watching right now, honey, why don't you make a palette for like all colors, like for blue lovers, green lovers, yellow lovers, red? Well, you kind of do with the, you know, the 35O series, but you know what I mean. Like, make like a rainbow collection or something. I would love to see more palettes like the 35P with more color to it. You know, I know that they've got a couple of like really pretty brightly colored palettes, but I don't know, it's kind of like rainbow or neutral, and then they have this really pretty 35P, and I don't know. Am I the only one? Am I going free to let me know in the comments if you feel the same way and which color you would like to see Morphe make next, because I'm saying I'd love to see me like in all reds and pinks and cranberries, and then like all greens and emeralds and jades and teals, and ooh, girl, that sounds so beautiful, right? Right? Alright, so moving on, we are going to continue on to a little tutorial. And I know I didn't even realize this, but girl, I've done nothing but like pink and purple eye looks like this whole time. So I promise, like right after this, I will stay away from the pink and the purple for a while. But for now, since I got the 35P right here in front of me, I think I'm going to start in with this white, and I'm going to stick with like the cooler colors in here, like the grayish ones, and maybe move on to a burgundy or wine color. We'll see. So of course I've got my BH Cosmetics Smooth Canvas Primer on my eye, and I'm going to start with a base color of that white, and we're just going to pat it all over the place as usual. If you don't do this already, I just recommend this just to kind of get like a coat of powder down, you know what I mean? Because a lot of eye primers are super sticky and you don't want to be dragging, and with like the more brighter or darker colors, if you just go ahead and throw that right on, you're going to end up with patches, and a lot of the times it'll drag across the eye and it's not fun to fix. Like most white powder eyeshadows, it's not incredibly pigmented, but it does work really well for that base color. And next, I am going to go in with one of these lighter top ones. You know, I think I'm going to go in with this one. And we're just going to put that up on our crease to brow bone area. And I'm going to take my trusty number 8 and throw that on up. So that color didn't take too much building, but it was a little bit powdery, so be careful to tap that brush. And once you are happy with that shading, of course, we're going to move on to a darker color to get closer to the crease. And I'm going to go in with this. It's probably like the darkest wine burgundy color in the palette. And I'm just going to go in with one of my thinner blending brushes and get some of that on and throw her close to my crease and outer corner. And, ooh, it's already coming on really nice. But, you know, it's coming out a little bit more purpley than it looks in the pan. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of like a dark red wine burgundy color, and it looks more like a dark purple. I don't mind that. I'm digging it. I'm just saying, that was a little deceiving. But unexpected and nice nonetheless, of course. I ain't hating. Now that I blended it out a bit, it does look a little bit like a red wine color, but it still is a little bit more purpley than I expected. And that's okay, we'll work with it, honey. You know, I was looking for a white cream color because I really feel like that would go so well in the inside of my lid, but they don't have one in the shimmers. They do have that pearl color that I was talking about, but like it really doesn't go on very well. It's not very pigmented, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted a cream color on there, but we're going to work with it. We're going to go with this pretty lady right up top. That's that nice, like, super light, bright, lilac-y shimmer. And of course, I'm going to use my trusty little applicator to put on the shimmer. I just feel that, I don't know, like, I don't think my fingers do the job. Brushes do not do the color justice. If you really want that bright, pretty, bam color on your lid, girl, you need to use one of these. And it's coming along. It's going on okay. It's not as bright as I was thinking it was gonna be. Oh, there we go. So you just need to build this one a little bit more, but it's like really creamy. It feels nice. The mattes in this palette are a little bit dry, and they need some building, of course, but all mattes really do. But this is coming along. I'm digging this color. So that one did go on a little bit difficult, but what you can do to prevent patchiness when you have like really creamy, you know, shimmery shadows especially, you can take your little blending brush and kind of dab it on just a little dot, 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 and it kind of helps smooth it out. I was going for like lighter on the inside and that darker matte on the outside, and really before I added the shimmer, you could have left it alone, but you know me, I like some shimmer on my eyelid. So you just kind of pat it out, and what I did was kind of brush it towards the outside, and it created somewhat of that ombre eye effect that I'm always seeking out. And I'm just going to keep at it until it, you know, comes out as smooth as I want it to, and girl, you are good. What we're going to do after this is throw on just a little bit of eyeliner. I think I'm going to tight line it a bit today and do just little wings because Went ahead and threw a little bit of my favorite e.l.f. eyeliner up on top. It's definitely my favorite to do your line on your lid. I don't know, something about the brush, and I was a non-believer for years, but this little brush really makes it super easy, and I feel like it's a whole lot easier to maneuver than, say, a felt tip. But, of course, that works great for your bottom lash line. And speaking of, honey, we are going to move on to that. I think I'm going to stick with some of the more neutral colors for my lash line since I threw a bunch of purple and wine up there. We're going to go in with this right here as your base color for your underline. There I am with them fancy terms. So I'm just going to go in and kind of put down just like a little base color, I suppose you could call it. And you know, I feel like when you put like a lighter color down first underneath your waterline there, I feel like it kind of prevents that raccoon eyes feel that, you know, so many of us have suffered from in the past. And I think I'm going to go for this kind of slate gray to smoke it out on the outer edge there just a little. And I put it on, I start at the very corner and I go to about the first third to half of my eye and pull it back. I feel like having kind of the lighter color in there without the dark just coming through, again, prevents that raccoon eye look that we all hate so much. But it gives off a really nice smoky eye, you know, so you can't do without it completely. Just because I've been trash talking this pearl color this whole time, I'm going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes, and I'm going to use it to highlight the inner corner and the brow bone. And let's see if it gives me anything on my eye, because on the hand it did not swatch really well, and I was unimpressed to say the least. And, you know, it has kind of a nice little shine back to it, but it really doesn't show up at all. And I just kind of went in there 2 or 3 times. So, you know, this will be great to do the brow bone because you don't ever really want to put like a bright, stark, bam highlight underneath there. Just a little bit, and that helps lift your brow and shape your face a little, I think anyways. Go in with my favorite mascara right now. That is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. I don't know what it is about this mascara, but I feel like it is the best one that I have used in like 15 years. Like the whole entire time that I've been doing makeup. If that didn't give away my age, I don't know what will. Work it, honey. I don't care how old you are, you work it. And of course, it's Monday, so you know we all need some extra love and positivity. Feel free to spread some love today. I think I'm going to finish this look off today with one of my old favorites, and it's not that old, but I haven't used it in a while, you know. I'm going to go in with, oh, the writing's gone, but I'm going to go in with this. This is a Ciat London Matte Liquid Lip in Pinup. This is something that came in my Ipsy, and I think this was my very first matte liquid lip, and I just fell in love. I was so mad because it's a lot more neutral than what I liked to wear at the time, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it's a really pretty, like, darker pink neutral-ish with like brown undertones. I don't know, it works so darn well on my skin tone, and it's going on like really pinky but still almost neutral. So for you girls out there that are into the matte liquid lips and you want, I don't know, somewhat of a neutral vibe going on but you want some color, Pinup from Ciat London, that's the one, honey. Alright, darlings, this is the final look for today with the Morphe 35P. I'm really digging these purple colors. I mean, I wish there was some cream colors and that pearl was a little bit more pigmented, but they turned out really nice. The mattes went on okay. And the shimmers are very creamy. They're beautiful. They're sparkly. They're everything that you could want. If you're not into purple, obviously, here, I'll show you. Obviously, if you ain't into the color purple on your eyes, this is not the palette for you. But if you like purple or you have brown and hazel eyes, it'll really bring out that brown beautifulness that you got going on. I don't know, it just always makes brown eyes pop, and if you don't believe me, check around. There's plenty of brown eye palettes that have like pretty much all purples in them. It's true. But in the meantime, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got a lot of cool stuff on the way for you. Some more new palettes and tutorials. I'll be doing an update on my palette collection shortly. And of course, we will be checking out the new Carly Bybel palette. I got that in this weekend. Woo! And for now, spread some love and be good to each other. You know I love y'all. Mwah! Bye, everyone. Ooh. We need to hold that further away from our face. Oh, but it looks so nice. Just pat her right in, but oh, my eye. Ooh.